Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Product, Project Ozone 3. And it's little imperfections like that I do, just so you know I'm not a robot. Anyway, so according to what I have discovered, we have a lot of mana steel over there, so there's no real reason to make mana steel pretty much ever. We do, however, need a mana diamond. So we're going to chuck that in there, and now we have a mana diamond, which completes this quest. Let's go ahead and chuck some of that in the bin. So, things that we were working towards. We need to make a Jaded Amaranthus. Jaded Amaranthus is good. In order to make the Jaded Amaranthus, we need to make runes. In order to make runes, we need a runic altar. And I know, that's a crazy rabbit hole right there. Runic altar is very simple to make. And we can make it like this. We'll use I had mana pearl, didn't I? Oh, I did a thing with it. So while I was looking to see if we had other mana pearls in the system, we don't. I'm gonna take this opportunity to make a giant mess. We'll turn that off and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take all of the nope. Anybody know what happened to our... Oh, there it is. Magically reappeared. Sweet. Alright, so we're going to key that, and then we'll pull it back out. Then we're going to go to 4. We're going to get rid of all of the apples, because there's totally a place on the other side for apples that voids them. Right there. Totally voids them. So we don't need to have more than one slot for apples. But we now can, if we get any through, like, I don't know, I was going to say quests, but we haven't been getting anything like that from quests. If we get it through, like, dungeon loot chests or something, they'll have a location and it'll be right near the other one. So we'll do that. We'll do that. We forgot to pick up the mana diamond, or the mana pearl. Totally need that thing. There we go. But yeah, see, we have like 11 stacks of mana steel, so not running out of that anytime soon. I thought about having it all over here, but then I realized that I just didn't care. So, because I'm hoping that we will be able to get into and runic altar. I'm hoping that we will be able to get into that, and we need another, let's see, Jaded Amaranthus requires purple, lime, and green. So green, purple, and lime. Okay, so we are good. So let's go ahead and take a gray shimmering mushroom, because it has the same value as a petal, and we'll make another mana spreader. So this we're just going to pop right there, and then we're going to link that to that. I like to have my runic altar right up against the mana spreader. So mana spreader will either pull, it can have flowers directed at it, or it will automatically fill, notice it's all green, from any mana pool that it is touching, adjacent to. It must be adjacent on the primary, 4 sides. It cannot be adjacent on on a diagonal and work. You'll notice that it is in fact pointed at the runic altar, although it is not firing. So I'll do that. I'll do this. I'm just kind of working my way through this stack of stuff. Let's go ahead and make a drawer for those. So we'll take 2 chests. I realize that I have a bunch of chests somewhere. Alright, and then we'll do this and that, and then we'll have a drawer for wow, this setup is actually slightly less convenient than I thought. So let's do this. It takes forever because obsidian, and then we'll do drawer, drawer, we'll do that, we'll do that, and we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Perfectly convenient. Everything is great. Insert. And then we'll lock these because I can just see things going horribly, horribly wrong. That's how my life goes. At least my life in Minecraft. My regular life is actually not too bad. I like it. So at this point, we need to begin making fire and water runes. We also need mana powder. We have plenty of mana steel. So let's come over here and look into what we need as far as this. Let's also get rid of that because we can. And that. And this we want to keep in our inventory. Also because we can. So if we want a fire rune, it's fire rune. We want nether brick, gunpowder, and nether wart. So I'm pretty sure I've got gunpowder on this front page here somewhere. Yeah, let's just grab a stack of gunpowder. We're actually going to be using quite a lot of that. So nether brick. Nether. I think that we can just take that. So if we cook it, we want regular. That's not helpful. Wait, don't we have a... We do. So I'm actually going to be making a lot of these behind the scenes, so you have no idea how much of this we're going to be doing. So I'm going to actually need another stack of gunpowder, probably, maybe a couple. Although not all at once, so I guess... So we need some nether wart now. Some soul sand. Wart. Nope. Do I not have nether wart? Oh, there it is. I have 3 stacks. Grab a stack. So fire rune. So we have these, we have that. You know, we'll see about that in a second. So let's actually make our first rune really quick, and then we'll go from there. So I have this here just so that I can make, there's a distinct lack of plant the seed and watch it grow. Okay, so maybe it doesn't like the daylight. Good to know. Oh, ocelot. Hello? Oh, weird. So we'll do that. Now, remember how we need so we now have 64 mana powder. Now you can use any powder. I just find that for some mysterious reason I have lots of gunpowder all the time. So that, we'll click it with another brick. We're also going to need 1 gunpowder, and then we're going to need a mana steel. So at this point, you'll notice that there is an X. It is not ready yet. You'll also notice that it's filling up, and if we come over here, you can kind of see that it's firing, and it's done. It's really fast. So from here, we just go ahead and we take a bunch of the stuff in our inventory and get rid of it. Clearly not enough space over here. But we can go ahead and take that, right click it on there, and then hit it with our whacking stick. So we have our very first rune. Runes are actually really, really cool. As far as they don't individually do anything, but they are the base crafting ingredient for Botania. And I keep making more of these chests everywhere. And that is probably a terrible choice. Let's do this, because we're going to end up with a million chests and check down there. A million chests everywhere filled with just random things. So now we need the rune of water. So what does the rune of water need? Water rune. So we're going to need these two, which we know we have: a bone meal, sugarcane, and a fishing rod. So let's go get a bone meal. Now we need sugarcane, which I'm pretty solid. I have sugarcane somewhere. Sugar, nope. Sugar, oh, there's straight sugar. Not as helpful in this particular instance. Sugar, there's some sugar cane. Probably want to, well, let's get 2 just in case. We probably want to, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's do this. So, One of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, and one of those. And we get the same recipe pretty quickly. We're going to need to grab one of these, just one, thanks. Wait for it to get done. It shouldn't take too long. Do that, hit it with the whacking stick. So as far as automating that, it can be kind of a pain, but it does emit a redstone signal whenever it's done. So that's something anyway, I guess. Oh, we got all our nether wart back, so I don't know why it was pretending to have vanished. Let's go grab a second. With the whacking stick, we now have 4 water. We have 2 fire. We can actually make another fire, and I'm gonna, because I can. Another brick. We're just gonna chuck this in here as crafting ingredients. So one of the things that I'd kind of like to do would be to set up a how's this doing? Yeah, see, this actually is going to go through coal really fast. To that. And now we need to do this. And a whacking stick. Okay. So we now have our rune of fire and our rune of water. So we need to combine these. So we'll chuck that in there. So remember, we're making a jaded amaranthus. Jaded amaranthus. So rune of spring is going to require 3 saplings, a wheat, and our one of our runes of each. So let's sapling. We're going to need 3 of those. We're going to need a wheat. And we're just going to run back over here. We're going to go this 1, 2, 3. One of these and one of those. 1 and 1. We're going to grab our living rock. So if we looked at this, we look at this rune, it actually tells you that it needs this much of a full mana pool. So I mean, it's not really a lot. And you'll notice that we also got our runes back. So you'll get our runes back every time we are using the runic altar. We do not get them back when we use them in crafting recipes. So for example, to make this jaded amaranthus, we need a redstone root, which I'm about to show you how to make. Redstone root. So redstone root is not complicated. We just need to find ourselves some grass. There we go. Got some grass. We need some redstone. And then we combine the two magically, and boom, we have redstone root. So we're gonna whack this into the thing here. Drop that. then we're going to need purple, lime, and shimmering green. So 1, 2, 3, and one of these. So 1, 2, 3, and that. And we now have the Jaded Amaranthus. And I don't know if you remember, or even if I told you what it does, but so we're near the mana pool right here. So if I put the Jaded Amaranthus down, and we wait, do you see what's happening? Well, for one, it's eating all of our mana. But it is now putting mystical flowers down. So let's pull this up and get all of our flowers. So we can go ahead and put brown, and then lock that. So the goal is going to be this this thing behind us, or in front of us, behind the set of drawers, is going to be a kind of a farm for Jaded Amaranthus, you know, to make flowers on. So in order to do that, we actually need to make a floating Jaded Amaranthus. So let's make a pasture seed. Pasture seeds are pretty simple. If you ever, boom, pasture seed. If you ever need grass somewhere, you simply take a pasture seed, right click it on any block of dirt, and you'll get grass. Now, I would definitely recommend, especially if you're in a pack where the grass doesn't spread as rapidly as it does here, that you put a bunch of dirt down first, because if the pasture seed will actually make a fairly large patch, say like from that living rock over here, as far as, you know, approximate diameter. And it does it instantly. So if you want to get full benefit out of that, try to put down as much dirt as you think you're going to need for your whatever grassy area you're making. I mean, you know, is that ocelot still around here? Did it run off? Yeah, it's still there. I wonder if I could tame it, because they scare creepers off, so they're pretty cool. But so we're going to make a floating Jaded Amaranthus. So we need a flower of some sort. We have a couple over here now. We'll start with the black one, I guess. We'll combine that and that. So now we have oh, it's 2. I needed 2. I knew that. I was testing you. Alright, so we take these 2 and do that. Now we have a glimmering flower. Do this, and then we need a piece of dirt. So we're going to take our crafting stick. And we're going to put down our dirt, our pasture seed, and our glimmering flower. And now we have a floating Jaded Amaranthus. So this is actually particularly cool in our case because of the way that we have this set up. That is not accidental. So if we put this here, wait, did I make this too tall? I think I made it too tall. Monocle. So we need this. So we need some glass and some gold. So let's get a piece of glass. Oh. piece of glass. We get 3 gold nuggets. And we'll do this just before we leave. 1, 2, 3. And there go. So, just like mana anything, we pretty much just feed it through there and we're good. So we'll make the monocle. We need one of those really quick. Okay, so now when we are looking at the flower, we can see the area of the flower. So now when we look at this, so why is it not? So I think that's just too far away actually. That may be our difficulty. So we'll link that to that. And then we're probably just going to have to, can we link that to that now? So looking at this, I think that it's just too high, so we're going to have to drop it, and I'll take care of that between things. So we'll need to bring this down so that it actually covers the area here. I think it wants to be there. Is it still working on the top though? But yeah, that is the goal. We want it to work on, give me that, on both places at once. And clearly I'm incompetent at any sort of parkour, but we'll leave it for now. This is, this is the stopping point, and I have other tasks I need to accomplish. But we are starting to get flowers. Our primary method of harvesting the flowers is going to be something along the lines of this. So we need to do that. Then we need to do that. And get rid of that. Okay, stay with me. This is complicated. I know, right? But it's going to start roughly there, and it should this should give us all of the harvesting that we need. And you guys are thinking, this is dumb because the plants won't grow as long as the water's here. And you're right. That is a problem, but we are going to sort that out. The lack of torches is also a problem. But we will sort that out too, but that can be sorted off camera because I know you guys really care. All right. Well, thank you for coming. I'm glad you did. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a like. If you didn't, don't. Simple as that. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. You folks have a great night.